From WTOK-TV, this is News Center 11.
State Senator advocates for better mental health screening following violent plot of two middle school girls to kill their classmates. The nation on edge amid a string of suspicious explosive devices mailed to top Democrats and other public figures.
Good Morning Meridian at Daybreak starts now.
Good morning, I'm Francesca Rollins.
And I'm Andrew Salmon.
Thanks for joining us this morning on Good Morning Meridian at Daybreak. Andrew, how's the weather today?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a chilly one out there. Temperature's warm to start, but again, highs only making it up to 63. So here's a look at your day planner for your day today. Again, if you're heading out and about, it'll be cloudy. So again, it'll be a cool one, especially as you head out to the Football Friday games this evening.
You waiting on me?
Yeah, usually it'll go to camera one.
Okay, so just go back to that story. Okay, so go back to this camera. From that one to this one. The nation on edge amid a string of suspicious explosive devices mailed to top Democrats and other public figures, and with the discovery of new packages Thursday. The search for the sender intensifies. ABC's Elizabeth Hayudor brings us the latest from Washington.
The manhunt continues coast to coast.
I can say with certainty that we will identify and arrest a person or people responsible for these acts. Make no mistake.
Federal investigation.
As the country grapples with how to respond to these, what some people are calling political motivated acts of terror, there is a national discussion on civility taking place and what responsibility, if any, should be taken by the president and the media. ABC's Lynn Zach reports from Washington.
As the country tries to understand what role political rhetoric could have played in these attempted bombings,
this is clearly an effort to terrorize.
As a caravan of Central America migrants continues its long journey towards the U.S., we're now learning plans are underway to send the military to the U.S.-Mexico borders. ABC Marcio Gonzalez is in Los Angeles with more on what plans entails.
Thousands of migrants continuing their trek northward through Mexico, saying they are fleeing violence and
State Senator advocates for better mental health screening following violent plot at a middle school in Florida.
Officials in New York declining to say.
I'm not going to talk about intent, but if you were the bomb squad detective, how would you treat it?
Now, despite the common thread here being that all of the targets are vocal critics of President Trump, law enforcement is declining to comment on a possible motive, including whether politics may have played a role. Elizabeth Hagedorn, ABC News, Washington.
From WTOK-TV, this is News Center 11.
State Senator advocates for better mental health screening following violent plot of two middle school girls to kill their classmates. The nation on edge amid a string of suspicious explosive devices mailed to top Democrats and other public figures.
Good Morning Meridian at Daybreak starts now.
Morning Meridian, I'm Francesca Rollins.
And I'm Andrew Salmon.
So Andrew, how's the weather for this morning?
All right, it's a bit chilly out there. You might need to grab that sweatshirt or jacket as you head off to work or school this morning. And again, high temperature only of 63 today. So temperature is about 11 degrees below where they should be for this time of year.
Oh, pretty chilly, I suppose. The nation on edge amid a string of suspicious explosive devices mailed to top Democrats and other public figures, and with the discovery of new packages Thursday, the search for the sender intensifies. ABC's Elizabeth Hagedorn brings us the latest from Washington.
The manhunt continues coast to coast.
I can say with certainty that we will identify and arrest.
As the country grapples with how to respond to these, what some people are calling political motivated acts of terror, there's a national discussion on civility taking place and what responsibility, and if any, should be taken by the president and the media. ABC's Lena Zan reports from Washington.
As the country tries to understand what role political rhetoric could have played in these attempted bombings,
This is clearly an effort to terrorize.
As a caravan of Central America migrants continues its long journey towards the U.S., we're now learning plans are underway to send the military to the U.S.-Mexico borders. ABC Marcia Gonzalez is in Los Angeles with more on what plan entails.
Thousands of migrants continuing their trek northward through Mexico.
Going again. State Senator advocates for better mental health screening following violent plot at a middle school in Florida.
Whether they truly intended to follow through, we'll never know, but Bartow police say messages and these weapons support an 11.
Coming up, Meridian police searching for 2 suspects who robbed a convenience store clerk at gunpoint earlier this week. But first, here's a look at this morning's ABC's Tech Bites.
You're watching Good Morning Meridian at Daybreak with Andrea Williams and Andrew Samet with your early forecast.
Meridian police searching for 2 suspects who robbed a convenience store clerk at gunpoint earlier this week. Sergeant Darrell Thompson says 2 black males entered into the Texaco on the 4400 block of 20th Street and robbed a store clerk at gunpoint Tuesday night. These suspects got away with cash and a shotgun behind the counter of the store. Thompson says the main objective is to track down the robbers and get the stolen weapon off the street.
Well, fortunately, no one to get hurt in this incident, and that's our main goal. No one to get hurt. The clerk done what she needed to do, just let the 2 suspects get what they needed, and they both fled on foot from the scene.
The Meridian man faced, well, unfortunately, Thompson says he hopes to release the surveillance video to the public soon. A Meridian man faces aggravated assault and burglary charges after he was caught breaking into a car. Police says the homeowner confronted 28-year-old Jesse Smith Jr. after he noticed a suspect inside his car. Sergeant Darrell Thompson says Smith assaulted the man with a box cutter, but the homeowner managed to restrain Smith until police arrived. Multiple people are now behind bars after a huge amount of guns and a truck were stolen last month in Kemper County. More than 20 firearms, tools, a TV, and a pickup truck were stolen from a home on McDonald Road in the Preston community on September 24th. Now Chance Anderson and Jeffrey Cotton are facing burglary charges. Robert Curry is charged with accessory before the fact. Brandon Ragland was arrested in Alabama and charges of possession of stolen firearms.
Good bit of items have been recovered. The truck itself has been recovered. Some of the items have been recovered, but the investigation is still ongoing. Investigators are steady, turning over everything they possibly can to identify everybody and all of the items that were taken.
Others are wanted for questioning. The sheriff asked anyone who knows where Kristen Wesley can be found to call the Kemper County Sheriff's Department. Coming up, a pregnant woman saving her husband's life shortly before giving birth. Stay with us. Francesca, Andrew will have another look at our local forecast, plus the look at the weather across the U.S.